Hi, I'm Pantazi. Welcome to another installment on Kyusho. I'm going to answer a question today by John. This one was placed in both in the forum on Kyusho.com and also in one of the YouTube description boxes or comments. And what he was asking was to demonstrate the yin and yang effects of the 6G hands. One in particular that he wanted to start off was the single blade of grass hand. Now in the Bubishi it's pictured just like this, okay? And what I think happened with this one is it eventually mutated into the Ippon Ken or the Phoenix Eye fist, whatever you want to call that fist. But there is a yin and yang aspect to it, and that's what you need to do to really utilize this hand properly. First of all, let's go into the yin qualities, or the black tiger grabbing aspects. Okay, you have the three fingers curling down, and that has to grab. That has good strength. Now you see this a lot in Aikido, especially for the joint locks and the grabs, where they lock on. Now the reason that they're grabbing on with these last three fingers is because it has mobility. If you grab with your whole fist tight or your fingers all clenched, you have very little mobility. And just make that your fist yourself and just try to turn your hand from side to side, you know that it's restricted quite a bit. Also, if you've got it in the claw position, you're restricted a little bit more. If you open that one index finger, you have full flexibility. So when you grab, you're going to have twisting ability. You also have turning ability. So whether you're doing a Sankyo move or a Gokyu move, you're going to have that ability to flex that wrist a little bit more and sharply. Again, you can flex it with this hand position, the iron claw hand, but you can't do it really rapidly. It doesn't have the same flick as this does. This has a greater range of motion, more rapid twist, more powerful attack with that knuckle. Okay, so that's one aspect of it, and that's just the yin. If you're going for the striking aspects of it, I mean, you could strike with your fingertip. If you condition your fingers, you're most likely going to hurt yourself if you don't. So it's not really a viable tool, and that's why I said it must have migrated into or transformed over time into this more solid fist position. These are more original hand positions of the Bubishi, so we're going to take a look at those. Now, in many of my films, I've done this single blade of grass for attacks on the blood systems, the nerve systems, and I'll put a few in this this video as well, so if you make it to the end, you'll get to see those knockouts. Now, it's nothing that hasn't been on YouTube before, but just to verify what I'm trying to tell you at this juncture. Now what you want to do is you want to be introducing that index finger into a slight nerve pocket. Now to do that at the throat level, not at the windpipe, not in the sternal notch either. You want to go right next to the Adam's apple. Okay, that's your best bet because that's the most hollow pocket there, and that's where you can get to the nerve and the blood vessels easier. Now what you would do is use those three fingers to separate the muscle from the throat, opening up that pocket higher and then going right in with a twisting action to stretch and damage the nerve or stretch and damage the blood vessel. It's a very dangerous technique, so you might not want to fool around with it. You can also use this hand as if you're grabbing into the face under the facial nerve and right behind the facial nerve of the jaw, back of the jaw, and again rotate it. And again, you're going to see these coming up. So you have the form Unsu that does this movement, and there's hands that come down. These hand positions are viable techniques against nerve and against blood. Now, when you both combine them, now you have the grabbing aspect of the tiger. You have the striking attack or the concussion of the white crane. To make them another animal, a dragon. Now, the dragon symbolizes heaven in Chinese language and thinking. The dragon encompasses both the yin and the yang. All right, so if you're grabbing and pulling at the same time you're striking, like grabbing and pulling and striking, or you're grabbing, pulling, and striking with these, you're going to see that that's more of a dragon type of an effect where you've got them all both encompassed into one attack, encompassing the yin attack, the yang attack, making the complete whole. That would be the realm of the dragon or the heavenly symbol for the Chinese. So, John, that's just a little bit of an example for you. I'll show a couple extra little film clips, a couple knockouts at the end of this video too. Great question. Thanks for asking it. If you got more, please add them. And anybody else out there, please add your questions. It helps me make these videos for you so you can learn the Kyusho just a little bit better. And it doesn't matter what question you ask, okay? As long as, Kyusho related, obviously, is better for this channel. But it's to help you, all right? And we want to further your studies, we want to further your skills, and we want to make sure that Kyusho is propagated throughout the world correctly, not with the false paradigms of pressure points like acupuncture, acupressure, and to get you a safe education at the same time a high degree of skill. Please, if you enjoyed this film or you got something out of it or any of my films, please push the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can get these automatic updates. I'm trying to do them daily. I travel a lot, so sometimes it's not going to be possible. Right now I've got about maybe 10 of them scheduled, one for each day, so I'm not taking up too much time of your day. They're usually anywhere from 2 or 3 minutes to up to around 7 or 8 minutes. I try not to keep them too long for you, so you can just give them a quick watch. Think about them during your day and your practices and your trainings. So we're going to show you some real results, so you stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Synthesis of both at the same time, or the heavenly yin-yang, okay, the positive, the negative going at the same time. And that's why I study Wei Qi, because it's got those 3 dragons, those 3 qualities. Okay, anyway, what can we do with this? Well, it's not boxing the ears because you wouldn't have this position, you would have the iron palm. Okay, so let's look at some vascular ideas on this. I'm just going to go from the back first. Okay, I would be usually attacking something for the front, but I just want to show you the results on this. I'm not going to take them all the way out, but I just want you to watch it. If I close the blood supply off in the carotid sinuses by using that tiger aspect, and put my fingers right up where the vein in the artery, coming right up and back of the jaw at the same time, and do this. Okay, you're going to see that you take out the guy's structure. Can you explain what that felt like inside?
So, I felt my body weaken. I felt a little bit of blackness coming around from the outside of the eye. And it felt like a little surge of just pain that shot towards the center of the top of my head.
Now, in the Bubishi, there's a hand position. It's called the single blade of grass. Okay. Now, for all intents and purposes, people look at that and they're thinking, okay, maybe I'll strike like this. Now, my finger's not strong enough to be using that as a weapon. Okay, I don't train my hands in the way they used to in the old days. They used to train really hard because it was life-death situations. And their bones would fuse together, they'd annihilate their hands, but they still could use them as weapons. Okay? So I'm going to use this single-bladed grass hand a little bit differently to go into that pressure point. Now, again, people look at the yang qualities of a weapon all the time, but they don't look at the yin qualities, or they don't look at the whole weapon. Okay? To form that hand, the fingers have to come down. That's an action. If there's an action, there's a reason for it. Okay? And it's not just this one hand. Now, you see this hand position a lot in Hungar Kung Fu and some different styles. You have it in Shotokan Karate where they're doing this type of movements. You see them going sideways all the time. Okay? And you see them coming in this way as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use this part of my hand here as a grabbing idea, a grabbing, stretching idea. So if I grab down into the clavicle, right in through here, what I'm doing is I'm actually separating that muscle, okay, and bringing out some area so I could stretch that muscle, stretch the nerve like a guitar string to make it a better effect. Okay, let's step back away from the mirror just a little bit. Okay? If I do this, all I did was I grabbed onto the clavicle, I stretched the nerves, okay, I separated the muscle around a little bit, and then I just poked my finger onto the raw nerve. Okay? And just by using that one finger, like your mother used to do, okay, you can get decent effect.